Are you currently in Ireland or you're outside the country? I'm not sure of when and how to apply for your critical skill work permit. Do you think you have all the documents required, but are still not sure if your employer can sponsor you? Or are you currently employed based on the resident permit that was issued to you after you graduated from a level 8 or level 9 degree course in Ireland, and now you are looking to get your critical skill work permit? Or are you currently in your home country, you've gotten a job, or you are trying to get a job in Ireland, and you need to know how to apply for your critical skill work permit? This video is for you. This video is for you. The good news is that you can do it by yourself. Believe me when I say you can do it by yourself, because I did mine back then, by myself. So it's very easy. It's very easy, but then again, you need someone who has gone through the process to guide you. All right, so I've guided many persons through the process, and their work permit was granted successfully. All right, so that's why I'm making this video to help you. Okay, hi guys, my name is Bright. I moved into Ireland 5 years ago, and I did apply for my work permit by myself, like I said earlier, in the year 2022, and ever since then I have guided a lot of persons who applied for their work permit, and it was granted successfully. So that's why I have decided to make this video to help every one of you out there who are currently in the stage of applying for their work permit. All right, so guys, just stay with me. Let's dive into more of this in details as I show you how you can apply for your. Okay guys, before we dive into the whole process, guys, there are a few things that I wanted you to understand before making your application. All right, so this advice is really based on my own experience. So the critical skill work permit criteria are listed on the department website. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be dropping the link to the website for you to have a look yourself. So but just for the purpose of this video, I wanted to clarify some few things that I struggled with when I was applying, or when I did apply for my work permit. So number one is your job title. So please, you're going to ensure that your job title falls under the eligible list of occupation, or what they call the critical skill occupation list. So what is this list all about? So the list basically contains jobs where there are not enough qualified or experienced people to fill them, right? So those jobs are very important for the proper running of the economy. For example, maybe engineer, computer science, nurse, doctors, and all of that. So yeah, you have to make sure that your job title falls on that list. So now your job title is very important, like I said. So you're going to make sure that it is well spelled out in your contract. So make sure that your job title is well spelled out in your contract, and that it is the same as what is listed on on the critical skill occupation list. So for example, if you are applying for as an engineer, right, your job title should your job title in your contract should not just say maybe graduate engineer or assistant engineer or senior engineer, as the case may be. All right, so but it should specifically say whether you are a civil engineer or electrical engineer or a mechanical engineer. It could read maybe graduate civil engineer, graduate mechanical engineer. All right, so just to make sure that the rule on the contract are well defined. All right, so it should not be vague at all, because if it is, they might not they might refuse the application. So for the purpose of getting your work permit, you must discuss that with your employer. So that is if you're applying by yourself. So but if your employer, if they're applying through their HR section, they should know all of this. So another thing again is the job offer. The job offer must be a minimum of 2 years. That's what is listed on their website, a minimum of 2 years. So what it means is that if the contract is less than 2 years, you will not be, or you might not be eligible to apply. So for this particular requirement, for those in Ireland, I think this is very, very applicable for those who are in Ireland. If you are being given a job offer based on maybe a fixed-term contract, and the employer wants you to resume the role with your current resident permit, it's very, very common. For example, if you came here, if you are here, you studied in Ireland, and after studying, they give you your stamp 1G. All right. So when you secure a job from an employer and they want you to resume the role, with your what they call it third level graduate scheme. So they want you to resume the job with your already resident permit. So please, you must ensure that your contract is more than 2 years. Yes, you must ensure that your contract is more than 2 years. Remember, the requirement says the minimum duration of the contract must be 2 years. All right. So, but you must ensure that your contract is more than 2 years. That is, if it is not a permanent role. The reason is because by the time your contract is issued and you resume the role with your stamp 1G permit, stamp 1G resident permit, when you submit your application with that 2 years employment contract, the department might refuse the application because you had already resumed the role with your stamp 1G, and your contract had already started with that stamp 1G. So I don't know if you're getting it now. So what it means is that by the time they will be processing the application, right? By the time you submit the application and decide processing the application, you would not have up to the 2 years anymore. You understand? You would not have up to the 2 years anymore, because although you submitted the application, you thought you would based on the fact that the contract was 2 years, but you had already resumed the role with your stamp 1G. So when they will start processing the application, you would not have up to 2 years again. So in this case, what you need is more than 2 years fixed term contract. That's, like I said, if the role is not permanent. So the other thing is the job offer must be from a bona fide employer based and trading in Ireland, who is registered with the revenue. Of course, many a time people do meet the criteria, because if an employer is issuing a contract in Ireland, they should be registered with revenue. So the other one is that you must meet the salary criteria, which is 38,000 euros per annum. It used to be less than that years ago, but I think they just increased it to 38,000 euros per annum. So the full list of the criteria is there on the website, but I just wanted to make sure that you meet some of these ones, as they are the ones that I struggled with when I was applying for my work permit. So let's now go on their website, where I will show you on how to do this by yourself. Thank you.
All right, guys, let's go straight to how we can apply for our work permits. All right, so just come to your browser. Just type in your critical skill work permits. Okay, it's already there. Just enter. All right, so when you scroll down, I suppose you see some other option, but the one that we'll be using is this particular one with DET. So you choose the particular one with DET. Yeah, if you go down, you're gonna see some other ones. Yeah, just come and then choose DET. All right. So when you choose this particular one, it will take you to their website, and this is the official website. So here you can see the criteria for your work permit. If you go down, you see the criteria for eligibility, the salary threshold, which is now 38,000 euros per annum. Yeah, just read through for the sake of making sure that you meet all the criteria, right? So just read through. Right, read through. So one other things I would like to show us is, remember I mentioned the critical skill occupation list. You click on here, you see all the eligible jobs that's on the list. So basically, if you don't find your job title on this list, it means that you are not eligible. All right, so you see the IT professionals, engineers, engineers. I was talking about the job title. You make sure it is very, very specified. Very, very specified. All right, so yeah, that's it for the list. So you also have the ineligible list of occupation. So all of these ones are not eligible for critical skill work permit. So yeah, they don't need an employment permit to employ people. So here, let's go straight to how to apply for your work permit now. So basically, just come to the link. That's the link, and an application for a critical skill work permit can be made on this link. So you click on the link, it will take you to the website, and yeah, that's the official website. You click on register. All right, so I already created an account just for the purpose of this video. So you see that you're clicking on login if you have an account, or you click on register, or I have an account with them already. So I click on register, click on login. So yeah, that's my email address and my password. I click on login. Just the same procedure if you were to start from your creating new account. So yeah, if you are starting for the first time, you click on new permit application. Like I said, I already made an account with them just for this video. So all right, so I resume my application, click on resume. So it's just the same process like if you were to start from creating your account. So on this place, you're going to find different type of permits. So the one that is applicable to you is the one that you're going to choose. So critical skill work permit is what you're applying for. All right, so you choose critical skill work permit, employment permit, click on save and next. So it brings you up to where we have to capture your details. Your name as the employee, put in your name here. Your employer's name, don't mind, you can choose. I just try to use general name here. So put in the employer's name, but before this period, you would have known somebody maybe in the HR section that the application is going to, like, you receive the application. So you put in the person's name and who is going to make the payments for the permit. Is it yourself? Is it your employer? If it's yourself, put in your employee, or your employer, put in your employer. So you click on next. So it brings you up to this page where you'll be answering some questions as it applies to you. Are you in the country? Are you currently in the country? That is, if you are in the country. Like I said, some people, may get their job, and after you get your job, then it's that time that you need to apply for your permit. Some persons, maybe people that are not currently in the country, they got the job maybe in their country, before they apply for their visa, they need a work permit to apply for their visa. So they will need to be applying. They will say no. But if you are in the country, you have a permit, you say, like a resident permit, you say yes. So yeah, that's that. Just answer the question as it relates to you. They're just very, very simple enough. Then one other part, this very part is very, very important. That's don't mind my photograph. So this very, very part, you have to make sure that you meet your passport, your photograph meets this criteria, this whatever they have here. If it doesn't meet this criteria, you can't proceed from this page. So so what I did was, you're gonna find on the website different website where you can adjust your photograph. So use any website you want to use to adjust your photograph, and make sure that it has this dimension. The width is 35 millimeter, and the length, the height is 45 millimeter. So just make sure that your photograph, it's very, very perfect, and same with what they have here. So for the DPI, then the DPI, they have a range, and I think they have a range. They said 240 DPI to 300 DPI. So what you're going to do is, there is a website that I used. I thought I DPI. So there's a website I use, DPI converter. Maybe this one will be handy for you. Just click on DPI converter. All right, so starts a version, bring in your upload to your, for example, I want to upload my photograph. I did that before, but just for the sake of this video, I'm going to do it again. Where do I have my photograph now? Okay, desktop. Okay, is it this one? We'll try. Okay, so so that's it. What you need to do now is to so we're looking at 300 DPI. So yes, click on start batch conversion. So sorry, trying to find where I selected the DPI. Okay, it's already on 300 DPI. So yeah, you make sure that it's on 300 DPI, then you download. I already have it on the system, so there's no point downloading. So yes, you are going to also encounter this. Make sure that your photograph is between 240 to 300 DPI. If not, you will not be able to proceed from this stage. So yeah, that's all. I thought it was very important to show you that. So you save and click on next. So now this is the last page. For some reason, because when back then, I don't know when they changed this website really, because when I did apply for mine, it wasn't like this. I think they updated the website. I don't know. So usually I will show you what you usually have, but now the thing is that this is the last stage for yourself. So once you sign, do your signature, sign, and then click on anyway, you have to read through what they have here. Anyway, you have to read through and see that you know whatever information that you have supplied, that they are accurate, right? So once you read through and everything is okay, everything is okay, you can sign and then click on save. All right, so thank you for completing your side of the permit, the permit application. Please note, the permit application will still require the following declarations, declaration signatures employer declaration. Please request the relevant party to complete their side of the permit application. So this goes to your employer. It goes to your employer, right? So I shouldn't have clicked on that. It goes to your employer. So let's go back and I will show you something. It goes to your employer. When they receive it at their ends, they fill out all the details, as regards with your employment with them. So you see, he said, furthermore, okay, I will be employed, salaried, and paid under an employment contracts governed by the law of the states, by the person who has made the offer of the employment as stated in part 1 of the application form. So now I want to show us how it used to be just when I did apply for myself. So now this is the application, work permit application. So usually once you log in, you will see this form. They have the draft copy where you fill out and then print out the draft copy and then take it to your employer. They fill out their own parts. You go back again on the website, you fill everything you have on the draft copy and all the information from your employer and yourself, you fill it up on the website, and then before you can print out the final signature page, give to your employer, they sign, and then you come back and upload it. I think this has changed over the time. So, but now they have a system where you do your own part, fill out your information, your name, and then answer those questions like we saw, and then make sign and then that goes to your employer. So fill out all of these details I'm going to show you. So it used to be like this before. So who is the applicant? A foreign national? Are you an agent? Are you acting as an agent? So when you start, because I already created the application, you didn't see the part where they asked me if I'm an agent or if I'm employee or if I'm an employer. So they usually ask this question. So when you make a new application, you're going to see this question. They're going to ask you this question. So you choose that you are applying as the employee. So if your employer, if they're applying for you, if they decide the process, they're going to choose they're applying as the employer. So you have to select this part. Then usually the request for your employer registration number, their number with the revenue, you put in the number here. Usually you request for it, but on the new system, since it goes to them directly, they would have all of this information. All right, so that's the company name registered, if applicable. In this case, it wasn't applicable, but yours might be applicable. So the answer is based on your own employment or your own employer. So they do all of this. You fill out all of this. Specify, okay, if the person who has made the offer of the employment is not a registered company, please indicate what type of entity they are. You indicate, like I said, based on your own employment. So you fill out all of these parts, but now that's your employer now, because the link is going to be sent to them, so they'll have to fill out. I'm just showing you just for what they are doing. So they fill out all of these parts. Your job title, the position head in the document. This part is really about your employer. So the other part is mostly about yourself, but because your employer would have, this information is just a general information about yourself, like your address, and mind you again, sorry, I forgot to tell you, when you start the application, when you create a new account, they will request for your address. That part, you didn't see that part because, like I said, I created the account before the video. So they will request for your address, and your name and all of that. So they would already have that. This is your employer's address, which of course they'll put in the address, the email, the date of birth. I think this is the passports, expiry dates, the passports. Some of these as well would be something that you need to fill out after they do their own parts. So that's your name, the sex, your address, and all of that. Your phone number, PPS. If you're already in the country. If you are not in the country, you leave that space blank. Your GNIB. If you're already in the country, you put in your GNIB. If you're not, you leave it blank. Date of completion. Put in your date of completion. So your subjects, so this part, by the time your employer they do their own part, you will do all of this part as well. You fill in the course you took when you were in school, right? So that's all. And the results and everything, So what part again am I missing that is very, very important? So they're all very, very important part anyway, but your job title, I think I'm always emphasizing on this, that your job title should be very, very specified, very, very specific. Don't so professional body, your address and all of that, So the payments, they will have all of this information. Your employer will have to fill out this part because they know. All right, so they know. And what other parts? Okay. So now this part is where the employer will now sign. Like I said, this is the signature page. It's always the last page that you print out, you give it to them, they sign, then you upload. And that was before, but now I think they have a new system from the way what I'm saying. So then when you have you have gotten this signature page from them, you upload and then upload all your documents, and then you make your payments. Mind you, you have to make sure that you have your credit card, your debit card, so because you do your payment online. So so that's just the process. It's very, very simple, very, very simple. So if you have any question, you can please drop your question in the comments, and please remember to subscribe to my channel, and so that when I post videos you will see. And also please, I want to also beg you to share my video. You may not know who this video will help. Just make sure that you're sharing the video to your contacts. All right, so that's all for now on how to apply for your critical skill work permit. I'm going to also make a video on how to apply for your visa after you have gotten the work permit. You need a visa. You need a resident permit as well, not visa. For those who are already in the country, you need resident permits after you get your work permit. So that's it. So thank you very much for the time. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. So remember, please to subscribe to my channel so that when I post videos, you will be able to get a notification. And please just do well to share this video to your contact. All right. Thank you very much. Bye.